Hello. Okay, so you just did the activity called the Heinz Dilemma, and that basically is testing if you're a moral person or not. Is there a right answer? No. Unless you just said, like, kill everybody. That would probably be a wrong answer. So today is about how you develop morally and socially. That's our second half of it. Okay? Okay, so here's a name you need to know. Lawrence Kohlberg. Alright, so make sure you know that name. Kohlberg, he is the one that, studied morals and moral development. I was thinking about where this is on your sheet. This should be on the back of the morality sheet that you got, the Heinz Dilemma. Okay? And he basically came up with 3 stages. This chapter is all about stages. So you got Piaget stages, Kohlberg stages, and we're going to do one more today called Erikson stages. Okay? Okay. So 3 stages. Starts with pre-conventional morality. And I don't remember if this is filled out on your sheet or not, but this is like up to the age of 9. And kids in general, at that age, are all about punishment and reward. Will they get a cookie? Then they'll do it. Are they going to get a spanking or a timeout? Then no, they won't do it, Well, that's not always true. But in general, they are motivated by punishment and reward. There's not a lot of higher level thinking going on. Like, Hanley, I need you to say sorry, right? Say sorry, or you go time out, or something like that. And then she kicks and screams, and then I take her to time out, and she says, no, I don't want to be in time out. So, very black and white, right? Punishment and gain reward. Okay? Then, about adolescence age, we're going to talk about the word adolescence. Basically, it means kind of the teenage years. Social laws and rules are taken into account. Now it's not like reward and punishment. It's almost like a bigger scheme of what is society's kind of rewards and punishment and their laws. And there are laws for order and for a reason. Seatbelt, right? I need to put seatbelt on, it's the law, right? Or I need to drive the speed limit because it's the law. Pretty, again, black and white, right? But as I think high schoolers are here, this last stage, post-conventional morality. And now it's where they say, okay, there's a law for that, but what are the ethics behind it, right? What are our rights? Maybe that law is a bad law, right? And maybe I shouldn't have to listen to it. And this is when you get into moral and ethical dilemmas and questions. And that's kind of what you did there with Heinz Dilemma. If you answered very black and white about it's against the law, they shouldn't do it, then that's conventional morality. But if you said, well, his wife is dying, so laws should be different in this sense or something like that. And that's post-conventional. Okay? So pre-conventional, conventional, and then post-conventional. No right or wrong answer. Now, if you think about it, this last one, post-conventional, it goes along. You got Piaget, remember this? Piaget stages. Which stage would it go along with? It should be abstract, formal, operational. Because there's ethics. The idea of ethics and morals and deeper levels, that's an abstract idea, right? Younger kids aren't able to think about that, so it kind of goes along with Piaget there. Sound good? Okay. Now, your Erikson's worksheet, I want you to take this out. It looks like, oh, she don't have it up. Thought I did. I want you to fill out that first part. Here we go. Okay. If you had to summarize the main social issue, so now we're on to social development, which is a relational thing, right? A relational development. I want you to come up with your partner. What is the main social issue that they are working through at each age? What's the big social thing? Okay? I want you to pause me and do this with your partner or by yourself, and then come back when you're ready. Okay, so unpaused. I'm interested to see what you said. It's the social issue here of each one. But this is what Erik Erikson, like that name? Erik Erikson, with that. Okay, Erikson social stages. There's 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8. And he basically said that these are the main social issues they're going through. Okay, so you can see if you kind of got it right. So I'm gonna go through these, and I'm gonna have you guys fill out the issue, and then on the right side, I want you to draw a picture of the issue that they're going through. Okay? Okay. All right. So we start with infants, babies. I probably have one in my arms right now, while the other one's screaming to want to be in my arms. Okay. The issue is trust versus mistrust. Trust versus mistrust. That's what you're writing down. What the heck does that mean? If you think about babies, what socially they're interacting with their parents. How? Food? That's a big one. I need to go to sleep. Help me go to sleep. I need my diaper changed, right? Or I'm bored. Distract me. So this is what he said. If needs are dependably met for babies, infants develop a sense of basic trust, right? So really, socially, they're developing trust. Am I going to get fed today, right? Is my diaper, is this uncomfortable feeling going to get changed? Am I going to be distracted or bored and antsy? And it's all about, am I going to trust this world I'm in or not? Okay? And then you can draw a picture. You can decide to pause me and draw a picture, or draw pictures at the end. It's up to you. All right, toddlerhood. I am in this fantastic, difficult stage right now with Hanley. So 1 to 2 years old. Hanley's 2.5. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. What does autonomy mean? If you're autonomous, it means I can do it myself. Pretty much, that's what it means. I can do it myself, or I'm shameful and I doubt myself, right? So toddlers learn to exercise their will and do things for themselves, or they doubt their abilities. Kids at this age love to put on their own clothes, put on their own shoes, or take their shoes off, and they're terrible at it. Terrible. But if I jump in every single time, right, then they might doubt their abilities. So what you'll see with this video, I don't remember what she's doing. Let me show you and watch it.
I do myself.
It's hard. Can I help you?
No. I do myself.
What if I helped you?
No.
What if we did it together?
No.
Okay, good luck.
Pins.
Cinch.
Pins.
Alright. You good? I don't even remember what she was doing, like trying to put a bow in or something. We do that multiple times a day. I want to do it myself. I want to do it myself. And then she can't, and then she cries, and that's fun. And so one thing that works sometimes is, well, let me help you. Let's do it together. But there you go. Autonomy. Okay. Preschool, 3 to 5. Oh, I forgot to change this one. Watch me do change it. Shoop. Sorry. Initiative versus guilt. Initiative versus guilt. Okay, this is a little bit similar. Preschoolers learn to initiate tasks and carry out plans where they feel guilty about their efforts to be independent. So, this is independence, kind of even more so in harder tasks. So you see this kind of, if you look at that picture with preschoolers, of this is when the hand raising starts and that they want to do stuff and be known for stuff. And then you see the kids kind of a little bit shyer and potentially feeling guilty about not being able to do those things. Like they're learning to do with scissors, they're learning to do kind of trace letters a little bit. So, initiative versus guilt. Okay, elementary school, so 6 to puberty. Their issue is competence versus inferiority. Competence versus inferiority. So if you're competent, it means that you can do something, right? Children learn the pleasure of applying themselves to tasks, or they feel inferior. Okay, so this is a little bit different. This is kind of more of a comparison thing to their friends. Inferior, right? You're inferior to somebody. You're less than. So reading starts now, math, multiplication. It's really school-oriented. Can they do things their friends are doing? Are they competent enough? Or are they going to start feeling inferior? And unfortunately, this is where a lot of people start disliking school, because maybe they can't do things as well, which is normal, but they start to feel inferior. All right. Adolescence. So, in general, what is adolescence? It's basically from puberty until early 20s. But so this is you guys right now, your teenage years, and the issue is identity versus role confusion. Now, it seems a little silly, and I think maybe it gets played upon a little bit, like in Mean Girls here. But in general, it is very true. Teenagers work at refining a sense of self, figuring out who they are, right, by testing roles and then integrating them to form a single identity. Or they become confused about who they are. So, it happens for a lot of us. It says testing roles, trying to figure out who do I want to be, right? Am I going to be the jock? Am I going to be the school person? Am I going to be the both, right? Am I going to be the musician? Am I going to be the artist? Am I going to be the actress? Am I going to be, like, I don't fit into really one category? And you see that kind of starting, right, at the end of middle school. They're testing who they want to be. And they might even have one group of friends their 7th, 8th grade year. And then by the time they're juniors and seniors, they've got a different group of friends, right? Or they become confused, and there's a lot of hard stuff with being confused, and it's completely normal, but there is that depression and anxiety, social anxiety, or doing things to fit in, to be with different groups that aren't really you. Hold on. And this can go into college. It usually does, because then you kind of have to start over with who your friends are. I would say, some people are a little bit more confident in who they are in high school. Some people aren't. Normal. But a lot of people still are figuring it out in college. You get new friends, and towards the end of college, you really do see people solidifying, like, okay, I don't need to be friends with those people. That's not who I am, right? Getting a little bit more confident in who you are. And yeah, so there you go. Adolescence. Young adulthood. This is me. 20s to early 40s. The issue is intimacy versus isolation. Intimacy versus isolation. Okay. So, young adults struggle to form close relationships and gain the capacity for intimate love, or they feel socially isolated. When it says intimate love, intimacy, that obviously means romantically and getting married and that kind of stuff. But it also means friendships, good friendships, or they feel socially isolated. So I think I talked about this already, but like when I moved from college to Georgia, I don't know anybody, right? And looking for friends, and that's the intimacy part, and looking for it. And I actually we're getting ready to get married, but still that isolation fear is really true. don't think people prepare you for after college. It's hard. Because you're like, your whole life, you're working up. Oh, I got high school. Oh, then I got college. And then it's like, a job sucks sometimes, right? You have responsibility and bills. And so there's that isolation part. All right. And then you obviously get in that picture this is a family Christmas card. I don't know if you saw it. Like went viral. But the expectations of getting married and engaged and having a baby all play into this too. Young adulthood is a difficult time. Alright, then middle adulthood. Here's your parents probably. 40s to 60s. Generativity versus stagnation. Alright, so what do you hear about middle adulthood? Midlife crisis, right? Okay. Middle age, people discover a sense of contributing to the world, right? And it's usually through two things. Either their family of, man, my family is close. For Christmas, we come together and blah, blah, blah. Or my work. I love my work. I'm really doing a lot for the world. Or I'm making a lot of money for my family and we're being stable and blah, blah, blah. Or stagnation. So generativity means you're doing stuff, you're generating something. Stagnation means so you're stagnating and you're just staying somewhere, right? And a lot of adults can go through this because they feel a lack of purpose. Well, shoot, I've worked for 30 years and I don't feel any purpose. Or I raised this family, but now like we're dysfunctional, right? It's not what I thought family would be. So that's another hard stage. And that's why you hear the midlife crisis of the guy at the car and whatever, the new babe. All right, and then the last one, late adulthood. Late 60s and up. This, up, they didn't want to write till death. Issue, integrity versus despair. Integrity versus despair. So, when you think of old people, old, elderly, probably get two groups. The bitter old man or bitter old woman that's angry at the world and teenagers and right? Or the like sweet couples or a sweet old man who's just like happy to be there. And the sweet old women. And your grandparents probably fall into one of these, right? Okay, so what is the social issue here? They're reflecting on their life, right? They realize that the time catches up, unfortunately, and they either feel integrity, like, yes, my life was good and meaningful, and I'm satisfied with my family and what I did, or failure, and that's where the bitterness can come, right, of my family fell apart, I don't see anybody anymore, my work sucked, I did nothing, I did something horrible growing, in my earlier ages. My mom is turning 70 soon. I'm the youngest of four. My sister's 10 years older. And so she already says like really depressing comments sometimes. Like, I love Hanley. Like, I wish I could be there for her wedding one day. Like, Mom, no, you can't talk about that yet. It's not okay. But at that age, you start to reflect more, unfortunately. And I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Okay. All right. So there are Erikson stages. If you haven't drawn your pictures, I want you to go and draw them. And yeah, we have one day left. I don't remember. Okay. All right. Peace.